Today, we're celebrating the World Day of Social Justice. Social justice is at the core of the FEMISE mission for inclusive development in the Mediterranean and Africa. Our recent Euromed publication, which focuses on the opportunities of social entrepreneurship in the region, is one of the recent examples of our commitment. However, today we also mobilized researchers, young people, and partners of the FEMISE network that provide their views and actions as to social justice. Let's hear them out.
ERF has always paid special attention to the issue of equity and inequality in the region. First, by creating the data infrastructure that would enable researchers to conduct the research on these issues, and also by carrying out multiple research projects that cover multiple issues such as the issues of inequality trends in the region. We also address the issues of inequality in asset distribution and many more, including a very important aspect, which is gender inequality. ERF has invested a lot in enhancing the research capacity in this area for researchers from within the region by offering training workshops that are tailored to apply frontier research techniques covering the measurements of inequality of income, access to health and education, also covering different methods in linking inequality of outcomes to the underlying circumstances.
My experience as a researcher in Lebanon and Tunisia has been eye-opening, in that I have interacted with social justice actors found in unexpected places who empower marginalized communities in their cities and around the region. I've seen the achievement of this with social enterprises working in Lebanon to empower Syrian and Palestinian refugee women and giving them access to job opportunities that would otherwise be quite difficult considering legal barriers. Also in Lebanon, activists are using impact investing as a tool to manage local waste management crises. In Tunisia, there are also innovative actions being taken in the social justice space, with the use of innovative finance to engage the youth in skill development and really give them a more clear path to their future. Through my research at Northeastern University, I've seen that the educated, passionate entrepreneurs and social justice activists are there. Nonetheless, it's ultimately up to the governments to allow social innovators the space and support they need to grow and create opportunities for all marginalized populations.
Since a young age, I was involved in the Lebanese Red Cross and in World Vision, which helped me see the situation of children in Lebanon and around the world. In October 2019, Sir Vartan Melkonyan's speech in the UN Social Forum inspired me to choose my thesis subject, Street Children. 30 years ago, Lebanon ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, but not every child enjoys a full childhood. Nowadays, 30% of the Lebanese population lives under the poverty line, while 5% panels 90% of the country's wealth. This social inequality pushes minor children to go on the street instead of following an educational path. With the regional conflicts happening and the refugees fleeing their countries, the number of the children in the streets is increasing. It is up to us to demand government leaders, businesses, and communities to truly fulfill their roles for social justices for children. Above all, education is a golden key. Children shall have access to free, high-quality education, and their comfort zone shall be in the classroom, not the streets.
As a young woman in a male-dominated field, the theme of gender inequality has shaped my career, life, and my personality. Today I'd like to speak about my research carried out at the University of Oxford for my master's thesis. Drawing from data collected during interviews with women leaders in Uganda, my research examines through a gender lens the cross-cultural variations in the development and implementation of gendered leadership. Some specific measures issued from gender studies and Western studies can have adverse effect on women leadership. The gender gap is unfortunately undeniably present, and we need far more cross-disciplinary research to inform how we seek to ensure women have a voice in all sectors, particularly in wash, sanitation, water and hygiene sector where women have a pivotal role. Far more cross-cultural and transdisciplinary research is important in order to determine other tracking and coping mechanisms that women and various people in society develop in order to achieve social justice.
And with the current economic and financial situation, Lebanon is witnessing a brain drain with the rise of migration among youth. Finally, Lebanon attracted economic migrants from countries like the Philippines or Ethiopia.
But labor rights for migrants are not optimal. For example, there is the sponsorship system, or kafala in Arabic, in which the legal status of a migrant depends on a sponsor or a kafil for the entirety of their stay, making them vulnerable.
Concerning the youth, a national youth policy should be adopted by the government, and concerning migrants, social dialogue can be an effective instrument for a better governance and promotion of social and economic reforms.